Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today, I'm going to be showing you why this 2025 Ford Expedition Max is a serious competitor to the Chevrolet Suburban, the Toyota Sequoia, and the Nissan Armada. The Expedition was just redesigned for 2025, and it had an amazing refresh and redesign, and it is ready for its next generation. And I'm going to show you all the new features, stats, and all the good and bads of this car. Up here on the front, you have these nice big swoop around LED headlights, nice vents down here, sensors up in the front, black bumper, and a nice panel black bumper up here. It says Expedition across the front, and it's big and bulky, and it definitely stands out in traffic. Under the hood, you have this very, very nice and fast twin-turbo EcoBoost engine. People call this the Eco Beast because it is ridiculously fast. It is a 3.5 liter V6 pushing out 400 horsepower, and in some of the upgraded trims can actually push out 440 horsepower, and it is really fast, especially compared to some of the competitors. The Expedition also has a 10-speed automatic transmission, so it's very smooth on the highways, and it can tow up to 9,600 pounds, which is very, very good for a SUV. These usually don't have many reliability issues. Sometimes around the 150,000 mile mark, turbos can go, but that goes for pretty much any car, so not just specifically this one. Up here, you also have lane keeping assist, automatic braking, Blue Cruise, which means it so you can hands-free drive on the highway on a base model trim. And also, you have tons of driver assistance features and safety features like airbags, side curtain airbags, knee airbags, just a bunch of different features that this car really does do good on. And contrary to buying a truck, which trucks can actually be unsafe, this car is very safe and it can tow just as much as a truck. So maybe sometimes I would recommend getting this over a truck so you have the extra space in the back, but you can also tow things just as much as a truck, and you get that safety from the SUVs. Here in the back, you have this two-tone split tailgate. Half of it's black, half of it's white. It says Expedition here on the back. You've got LED taillights, and it says Active and Max on the back. You also have a nice spoiler on the top. As for the rims, you have these carbonized 20-inch six-spoke rims that look really good on this car. You have these really nice black mirrors that have lights on them and cameras. You also have running boards, and these black mirrors do stand out in the car. Here's the key, pretty typical Ford key, as unlock, lock, remote start, trunk release, and panic. They haven't refreshed this key in a little bit, which I think is something that they should focus on. You also have keyless entry, so press here to lock, grab behind the handle and unlock. As well as a keypad, which you can just put in your own keypad for the vehicle and program it. Here in the door panel, up here, you kind of have this soft plastic material. You have full power windows, power mirrors, power door locks, and child safety locks. 4 storage bins right here, nice red stitching. Some fakeish leather here, but it still feels nice. I like these door handles on the Fords. They've always been something that I've liked. And this kind of chrome trim right here, which I do actually like. And the door panel looks pretty good. As for the seats, you have full power seats with lumbar control. They're nice leather, and they have stitching right here. Here in the front is where you can see the biggest difference from the previous generation Ford Expedition. You have this nice, huge screen right here, this screen right here, and a whole different cabin up here in the front. Here in the center console, you have this huge leather-wrapped kind of center console cover. It's got red stitching on it, red stitching down here. It really looks nice. Over here, you have a wireless charging pad, your trailer controls, USB ports, and more storage right here. You have 2 cup holders. In here, you have a ton of space, a little tray right here for random stuff, and a 12-volt over there with more USB ports down there. One of the favorite features in this car is that you can actually pull this back and hide things from thieves. So you can put them down here. It says Ford Motor Company, and there's a little tiny old Ford. That's a cool Easter egg. The new Expedition is also fully equipped with push-button ignition. Just press your foot on the brake and press the button to go. Right here on this little pad right here, you have the Expedition logo right there. Your gear selector, you can manually shift the car, which I do wish it was on the steering wheel to make it a little bit easier for access versus pressing down here. You have your volume knob and all your knobs right here, like auto start stop, your parking sensors, hazards, the camera, traction control, and hill descent control. Up here you have this very useful 24-inch digital gauge cluster with navigation over here. You can see your audio, you can see your fuel tank, all of this stuff. It's very useful because you can just look straight ahead and see that right there. Down here you also have the, I guess, less seeable 13.2-inch touchscreen, which is everything that you kind of do here will show up here. So if you set a navigation down here, it'll go up here, and you don't have to reach all the way up here and do the navigation because you can't. As for the screen, you have your climate controls right here. I do wish there was a little bit more climate controls down here, but you know, I like how it kind of just stays there and it doesn't really move throughout the car. You have your home, so you can customize the home. Obviously, you can add your phone, your audio, and your navigation right here. You also have notifications, and the time's up here as well, so that's pretty useful as well. Here in the car, you can see everything in the car. You can adjust it. You can adjust the ambient lighting. You can adjust the brightness, the climate lock, the valet mode, all of this stuff. Over here is your kind of menu. If you scroll to the top, you have Google Maps, Google Play Store, Google Assistant, phone connectivity, AM, FM radio, Sirius XM, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth. You can access your towing from here, your settings, software updates, all that. You can also watch YouTube from this screen, and you can play games, which is pretty cool. Over here, you can see all your vehicle stats, so stuff like fuel economy, your gauges, your trailers, your towing status, your tire pressure, and your off-road status, which is pretty useful, especially since now you don't have to get out of your car to check your tire pressure. You also have four-wheel drive selection and your drive flow mode selection over here, and your trailer selection over here, which is pretty useful. You do have a panoramic moonroof. It doesn't go all the way back there, which I kind of do like because it's kind of only up here, so it's not just a full glass screen. You have grab handle right here. Up here you have a sun visor with a mirror and a light. You also have 3 garage door openers, sunglasses holders right here, which I also kind of wish were a mirror so you could see into the back. You have 2 lights, your on-call assistance, your panoramic moonroof controls. The mirror is a little bit far, so you kind of have to go all the way up here if you want to adjust it, but it's really not that big of a deal. It does show you kind of everything up here too. And kind of the same thing for the passenger side as well. So the steering wheel can be a little bit confusing as well. So you have a little screen right here that shows you how close you are from a car in front of you. But you also have these right here. So you notice that there's no buttons and there's only these buttons right here. Well, actually you can press this and it will bring up a menu right here, and you just slide your finger kind of over the outlay right here and you can choose what you want to go. So if I wanted to turn up the volume, I could hover over the volume button and then press this button right here. If I wanted to lower the volume, you do that and you press the button. And then this will center it to the middle. So that goes for both these sides. And then you do still have your, your windshield wiper and light controls here, and you can turn on your blinker, and it also does show the screen on both ends. So that's pretty useful as well. You also have 4-way keyless entry, so you can unlock the car from the back as well, which is a feature that I actually really like. Here in the back, the door panel is very clean. It's kind of like the front. You have this nice plastic material. It kind of does go around the entire side here. You have this chrome, still kind of like the front. Red stitching. Only 3 pockets instead of 4 like up in the front. Oh, actually, that counts as 1, so that's 4. Power windows as well, but sadly no sunshades in this one. In this particular one, you have captain's chairs, but you can get this with the full bench seat, and you can make it into an 8-seater vehicle. So if you have more kids, you can obviously opt for the middle seat. But I personally like the captain's chairs better because it gives you room between 2 and you can access the back better. These are sadly manual chairs, so, not automatic, not powered. So you have to, but they do kind of fold down completely like that. So it does go flat. And you can pull them up, forward, and back as well. As for my seating position up front, I don't have bad room at all. So I fit very comfortably, but I also want to give my third row passengers some room. So I have to kind of keep my seat up a little bit here in the front. I could move it up way more to give the third row passengers more space, but then I'm pretty cramped here too. For being a max trim, This is a little bit cramped, but with the seat fully back, it's pretty nice. I can see out. It's got some nice space, and you can see up the top, so it actually helps with some of the sicknesses that you get in the car, like, driving sickness. You also have a little light, a holder, like a clothes holder, and a vent. Overhead vents. People love these overhead vents for some reason. And over here you have armrests on both sides, so you are very comfortable. Up here you also have your USB ports. I wish that you could see them, so I kind of wish they were right here, because you're kind of like moving it around to see where it fits. But you do get 2 cup holders, full climate controls back here. In the higher trims, you do get heated and ventilated seats back here, but you only get heated seats in the front, which I wish it was back here as well. As for the third row itself, this is the seat all the way back, but if I wanted room in the second row, I would need to push the seat all the way back. And really, I don't have much room here in the third row for being the max trim. But a little bit later in the video, I'll show you why I don't have much room here in the back. But stay tuned for that. You do get to recline these seats, and they are powered. It's pretty nice. I do like that they are powered. You get USB ports, some storage right here, a cup holder, and a little storage right here. Over here, you don't have that little storage. You actually have 2 cup holders, so that's pretty nice. And you do have some anchors right here, and some child seat anchors as well. I do also love how you can kind of, if you're sitting in the middle here, you can kind of just stretch your legs out. That's one of the big pluses in a captain's chairs vehicle. And also for longer road trips, if you're sitting in the third row, it's got a nice, very comfy floor, so you can take off your shoes, just kind of relax, cross your feet, and watch YouTube in the screen up front. Here's the trunk. So some people love this, some people hate it. I personally don't mind the look of it back here. I wish that these taillights kind of came over here, but you get this black rear hatch here, and it's split tailgate, so which is something that I absolutely love. So you can open this, right, and you can kind of get under here and access all the things in here, but you can also press this down for the tailgate parties and all that. It says Expedition right here, and it's it's padded. You can put some seats here, just chill. You also have a lot of hooks back here. You got 4 here. You also have a light, a 12 volt, 2 USB ports, and a 400 watt 120 volt plug right here. So as for the reason why you don't have much room in the third row for the max trim, so usually the max trim doesn't really add much space. It actually adds more trunk space. So normally the trunk space would be probably right around here, maybe up here, right here where this crease is. But in the max trim, it adds a lot of extra space. You also get this area right here and that area right down there. The jack shows a little diagram right here. You just pull this tab up and this tab up, and you can access the jack. It's a little hidden down there though. So I do like, and then right here you have your spare tire release as well. So the trunk is pretty big actually. So for being with the third rows up and all that, it's pretty big. You also have a light right here where you can turn that off and on. You can fold your second, third, and all your rows actually. So if we do that here, now you have a full flat ground here, and you got tons of space. So you can put even like something like a bed. Oh, well, there was something in that seat, but it is fully flat, and it's actually very nice. You also have a trailer hitch down here with ports to plug in. So starting at $60,000 and can only almost get up to $90,000 for the fully loaded trim. This is the base model. For the base model, I did feel like this had tons of features that like even some of the fully loaded trim competitors wouldn't even have. So, it's missing like ventilated seats, heated rear seats, but for being a complete base model, this car has a ton of features that really you don't get on a lot of the competitors. So I really do like this. This car's around $60,000 to $70,000, around the $68,000 mark, which I think is a very good deal for this car because you're getting a lot. You can tow in this car. You get a fast engine. You get a good-looking car, a stylish car, nice interior leather seats, all that. So I do really think that this car is a good value. I think people are starting to buy these. They're really starting to sell. They're nice cars. Some people can think they're ugly because of this back, but I personally think that it looks really good. So yeah, anyways, let me know down in the comments, would you spend $67,000 on this car, or would you prefer to get one of the competitors? Let me know down below what competitor you would take over this car, and would you go for a higher trim, or is this a good value for what it is? Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.